Biomutant. Brand new RPG. Just came out yesterday. The 25th. If anyone watches this later. But, just came out yesterday. I played 4 hours of it. This has got to be the weirdest fucking game I have played in God knows how long. It is wild. But, reviews have been kind of all over the place, and I gotta say, there are some problems with it I've found. But I'm enjoying it. I suppose that would be the primary thing. So let's get into it. We'll have a chat, see what you think. You make the decision yourself, whether or not you still want to get it. You've got, right off the start, 6 different breeds. You're some weird little fox, cat, rabbit, shrew thing. I don't know what I am. Still don't know what I am after 4 hours. But there are 6 classes that you choose from right at the start in your character creation. And that character is Primal, which is more fox looking thing. Which is, I think, more agile, but at the cost of intellect a little bit. You've got your Dum-Don, which is your big, brawny, physical one, but they're thick as shit. You've got your Rex. Fuck, what was the Rex? Don't remember what the Rex was. The Hyla, which was your intellectual one. Or was that the Fip? That may have been the Fip. And you've got the Murgle, which is pretty... They look good. That's pretty much it. They look good. You get a bonus to like barter and stuff. But that's the 6 that you choose from. And they've each got their own abilities, kind of like racial effects, I mean, on your character creation. But there is a problem with it, which, you know, past me is going to explain the one that was actually playing the stream, because I'm already talking about it. It's a weird character creation. So you can't... Right, so if you go strength, you can't really do anything with intellect. Odd idea. So you can't like put points into vitality and intellect, because you can't focus on intellect and still get vitality. No matter where you put it here, you're losing points. It's just a question of how little you want to lose. And after that, you get to then choose kind of your class and your resistance, things like that. So we ended up going mercenary, which is dual wield swords, run up, I'm going to smack him. That's kind of what the idea is. But I realised I really like the idea of dual wield swords. As we've then played our way through it, the realisation is that guns are actually kind of overpowered. So when you're fighting boss characters or whatever, or even things that are actually just a little bit stronger than your regular little things, you basically run up and you fight them, and they just bat you away. Or if you get behind them, they've got like a tail or something that you can't parry, and it just flicks you and does a huge amount of damage. And the combat is quite punishing. When you take a hit, you can take several. It's not like Dark Souls where they look at you and you die. You can take a few hits, but why get up close and try to cut them up when I can just stand at range and go bang, 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 and do the same damage? What's the point? I can do all these fancy moves with my swords, but in the end, it's actually still better for me to shoot them, because if I'm too close, I have to dodge away anyway, which puts me out of range with my swords. That was something I realised quite quickly. But we're committed to the character now. It's also what Biomutant is an RPG. So therefore, there are decisions. And one of the things that I kind of like and dislike at the same time is you've got good and you've got evil. But it doesn't tell you what options that is. So if we take Mass Effect, which we've obviously been playing recently, your Paragon, your Renegade options when it comes to the conversations, you've got your options on the right, And then there's one marked in blue on the left and one marked in red. One's Paragon, one's Renegade. One's good, one's evil. This doesn't have that. You can just be talking and the options are there, but you don't know which is which. It's not like the left side is always evil and the right side is always good. It is in some of the more generic chats, but I've noticed that there's a few that I'm like, I actually can't tell which is which. Unless it's this. Oh wait, it wasn't. Sorry. And yeah, even... What I'm about to show is just a very brief bit. Again, it was from the stream yesterday. Because we stream. We're on Twitch. You should come by. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 3 o'clock. And Wednesday's our YouTube day. But yeah. It's a brief bit. And it shows the conversation. But I then wanted to see, like, oh, what's the voice acting on the dark side? Clicked it, and that was then me siding with the dark option. It's like, well, that's not what I wanted. Color me light blue. Strength and power. Nah, what's in blue is light side.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise. An echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Alright, is the voice acting less annoying in
That's
dark side?
right. Light is only for those having difficulty seeing what's in front of them. Sticking to the me first path is the only way we'll be going places.
I'm surprised at the change of heart. I believe in putting yourself aside to help others, but helping the dark side is not that, you know.
It could be. It won't be.
You can't fight who you really are.
You're trying to keep us in the dark here, but you know it's blue blood in our veins and what it means.
Yes, when you get to the combat is not just straightforward run at them. You've got your parries and you've got all these different moves. You've actually got combo moves. Like those old sideways fighter moves, fighter games, like Tekken and Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and stuff. You have button combinations to pull off a move. Now, they're not necessary. It really doesn't make too much difference, but by the end, I've got the point that I'm at after the 4 hours, I've got a couple moves. They're efficient, but the combat is kind of a little bit difficult. And you can see here that whilst I'm dual wield, I do use the gun quite a lot. And there's lots of jumping around and stuff. So you'll see that in the combat clip that we've got here. So what am I exactly? Am I like a goat, a fox, a cat, a panda? Woohoo! Patty? Ow! Ow! Get backed! Woohoo! Go. Are they dead or asleep? Yeah, let's not ask questions. Now that was obviously both the story, this is super early. This is right at the start of the game, but that was the one-on-one fight, and then the large group that we took on, and it's pretty similar. There's lots of jumping around, cut them, dodge back, go at it again. You've got a chance to parry, which you can actually parry, hit them, which stuns them, then hit them up in the air, and then basically just lay into them mid-air and pull off some pretty cool looking stuff. But they've also got these puzzles that you're about to show, which creates an interesting idea within the actual game. So you're basically just rotating a thing to match the colour that you need to. There'll be, here's your starting point. It's white here, orange here. That's what you're about to see. You just need to rotate the right hand one so that the white bit matches up. Then at the next piece, you need to rotate that so that the orange one matches. Then the bottom one you need to rotate so that the white one matches the top and matches the bottom. So you get a link down. Kind of like dominoes. You're matching the top and bottom. Rotate each of the nodes so that the colours match each other. Fuck, wrong way.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
So it's going to rotate it to the right. I get 10 moves per puzzle because I took a few points in intellect. If you played as like a straight up warrior with no intelligence, you get less moves than that. Which creates an interesting idea. Basically means that there are points in the game where you're going to struggle to get these puzzles finished and get the rewards purely because you're an idiot. Like, that's what it is. The game looks like it could be quite interesting to try and play as an idiot, but I don't really know. These might not be important. These might not do anything. Certainly there's like the towns that you'll come across, there's like bits of loot in it. So like one of them was a microwave. I can't remember the term they used in this because they don't use any real terms. But it was a microwave. Did the puzzle, got it right, got some loot. Woohoo! That's kind of the things that you're using it for. Now, the game is exceptionally pretty. Genuinely exceptionally pretty. And is easily the main point behind it. The combat's okay. I quite like how fluid it is and the ability to jump, use your swords, use your guns, whatever. There's different weapon styles that you can pick. But the overall art style and the look of it is beautiful. They have done a really good job with the graphics. It's so fucking pretty. For me, the biggest problem is the interactions with things. Now, I saw a tweet from someone. I can't remember who it was. It was a considerably bigger streamer than me. Talk about how what this did. They can understand why they've done the interaction the way they are. This is a small studio that's made this game. It's like 20 people. They don't have the money to be able to hire voice actors for each individual person or a series of them. So you have and then have someone basically turn around and go, what they said was. It's a good way for them to save money. But one of the things that then comes across as a problem is I'm part of this kingdom. I'm part of this world. Why the fuck can I not understand what they're saying? Why does it need to be translated for me? And then as you, the player, every conversation takes twice as long as it should. Yeah. You've got... Listen to... I'm about to show you. Again, there's more stuff in the game. You're going to hear Mole Rat Man talk to me. Then the narrator tells me what they said. So this goes on for the entire conversation. You can turn off the settings to do that, but that's still really annoying that I have to listen to every conversation twice as long as it should be. It should be straight to the point, and it's not. And to start with, it's actually not that bothersome. It's cute. It's part of the game. You're still learning it. 4 hours in, it's starting to grate. Really quite badly, actually, on me. Now, maybe just the fact that I had a bit of a headache yesterday didn't help, but it was starting to annoy me that I have to sit through all of that, then the narration. It's like, I could have read this and been like 4 lines ahead in the time that it takes me to do this. Alright, wheeled one.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
He sounds like Georgians.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall.
Ooh, a one-eyed Ronin.
True. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
The style choice that they've gone for, the fact that because they're animals, they don't know what things work like. They don't know what things are. So nothing has its real name. And it's kind of funny at times, and it's just a bit annoying at others. And it's like, I don't know how I feel about it. And that's actually kind of an accurate overall description of this game. It has elements that are beautiful. The combat is quite good. The puzzles are all the same. They're not the same puzzle, but you're doing the same thing. You're all just rotating those bits. So, you spend 10 seconds before you start trying to rotate anything by looking at it and go, oh yeah, I'm doing that. Done. So the puzzles are all the same. The combat is fun, but a melee build is redundant because you'll get wrecked. Even something that wasn't a boss killed me, because when I got up close to try and finish it, and I actually mean finish it, it was super low health. It basically just turned around and incinerated me. It just turned around, got up on its hind legs, and blew fire, and killed me. When I had like 3/4 of my health, because I had to get up close to it. So it sliced me, then blew fire on me, and I was dead. When I then had to redo that fight, I spent a lot more time shooting it, and it was dead. It barely touched me. It's like, so the melee build is redundant. The guns actually suit better. So there needs to be something. It might be me as well, let's be honest. The melee build hasn't quite worked. We are only 4 hours in. There's a shit ton more. I just didn't have enough time to be able to play it last night. But there's a lot more work for me to probably do in this game. I've barely scratched the surface in the crafting system, so I've not talked about it here because I don't know enough about it. It's an interesting game. It's fucking wild. I don't know what's happening. The way it's described, it actually hurts my head. You've got this outpost capture system where you have to fight your way through a fort. You've got crafting system. The world is hazardous as all hell. Areas that are filled with like biohazards. I ran into a hypoxia zone where you can't breathe. The oil, you'll get killed in it if you stay too long. You'll drown if you run out of energy. That's pretty standard, but you don't have an awful lot of energy. You've got magic, you've got mutations. there's so much of this game that I've still to experience, but this is just after the 4 hours what I have experienced. Kind of the key points. And to summarize for you, if you've gotten this far, I really enjoy this game. I had a lot of fun playing it. There are things that irritate me with it and annoy me, but that's pretty standard with most games. Are they game breaking? No. Do I look forward to playing it more? Yes, very much so. The game has done well. The reviews are all over the fucking shop. There are THQ Nordics, or it was Biomutant's Twitter account, literally posted a review from someone saying the world is beautiful, but the combat's clunky. And then another review saying that the combat was fluid and amazing, but the world is generic and boring, and has not been created well. There's 2 reviewers saying completely opposite things. So make your own decision, because the reviews will not help you. This is purely what I have experienced and what I've seen. It's great fun. It's so much fun to play. The RPG elements so far have been iffy, very hand-holding. The Team A, Team B. Well, you already started to show that you're kind of a good guy, so you should go here. Unless you don't want to. That's not how RPGs work. You should be kind of letting me make my own decision. Not telling me this is where I should be going because I'm starting to hint at being nice. And if I was a bad fucker, I go here. That's not how RPGs work. I don't want you to hold my hand and tell me what decisions to make. Now, that might just be because it's right at the start and it's kind of a tutorial element. And you can decide to go opposite. But, yeah. It's interesting so far. But, I'll leave you to it. You go play. See what you think. As I said, we're playing this on stream. Rotating that in with Mass Effect Legendary Edition just now. As well as group stuff at night. So if you do want to swing by the Twitch channel, the link will be underneath the video. I said Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 3 o'clock. Unless that time changes. Might start earlier. But certainly 3 o'clock till about 6:30. And then we do 10 till 3 in the morning. So if you want to swing by, I'd appreciate it. And of course do the YouTube stuff. If you like the video, say so. And, sub to the channel. You'll see more things. And it helps my video. Otherwise, you have a good one, and we'll see you later.